Welcome! This is my review of Transformers Dark of the Moon Voyager-class Shockwave. And here is Shockwave in his ground assault mode. And I have to say the coloring on this figure is fantastic. The figure is comprised mostly of this dark purple plastic, but you also got a metallic purple. You've got some gold. Here's some more of the metallic purple. Of course, you've got the gray. You've got some gold bronze here. Silver metallic. And even on the treads, you have this nice, shiny silver metallic color. So really fantastic colors. I do like that a lot about this figure. And of course, this being a Dark of the Moon figure, it does have mech tech ports. You've got one right there on the tip of the cannon, and you've also got one over here. And if you remove the blade, if you remove that, you also have an additional mech tech port. So you could take any old mech tech weapon from your favorite Dark of the Moon figure and plug them in. And it does add a lot of playability, and in this case these are from Laserbeak, and you can see it really makes a awesome weapons display. And of course you could plug them in on the side if you wanted to, which is also kind of cool. For this kind of effect. So moving on, you do notice that it does have wheels. It has two wheels up front. You can see right there, they spin real nicely. And you got two wheels back here. So, and you notice there's this hose here. It does actually come out. It plugs in here and plugs in here, but you can take it out of here. In fact, for the transformation, you do need to take this out here. And if you wanted to, if you think it looks better, you can plug it in over here on this side to this mech tech port, for example. Like that, and you can see this does rotate around like that. Now, of course, it does have its own mech tech weapon. You can see here, if you push this forward, you've got the mech tech weapon comes out like that, which is really cool. This is one of my favorite mech tech weapons, and you can, being a Voyager class Dark of the Moon figure, you can lock it in place. Just push it forward until you tab it. You gotta kind of push it a little bit like that, and you can see it locks in place there. But for now, we'll just go ahead and release that. And you can see the hose does get in the way sometimes, but you just kind of have to move it around and find a way that works. You can see there's the Decepticon symbol there. And as far as the transformation into robot mode, you can see here's the head right there. It's hidden by this piece of plastic there. These two pieces of plastic here become the legs. You've got the rib cage there, and you've got the arms that fold out. So let's go ahead and begin the transformation. So first thing you want to do is you want to take these two sections here, and you can see they sit in this cradle. So when you're transforming it from robot to vehicle, you can just snap those in place like that. But for now, we're going to take those out like so and put those just to the side for now. Then you want to take this rib cage, and it's actually pegged into these two black bars here, and you want to unpeg it like that. It's going to free up these arms here. Now, the arm itself is pegged into the leg, and it's pegged in right there. You can see there's a separation there, so you want to kind of pull on this. It tabs into place, as you can see there. There's a tab and a slot. Same thing over here. In this case, we're going to untab it because we're transforming into robot mode. So these kind of just sit there for now. Then coming underneath here, looking at the bottom, there are basically 6 places where the legs peg into this central column here. You've got well, really, it's more like a tab. You got a tab here, 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 and here, and corresponding slots. And then you also have 2 tabs here that tab into this central piece right there. So when you're transforming it back from robot to vehicle, you want to be sure you line up all these tabs into their appropriate slots. But for now, we want to pull things apart here, and you want to just get this all loosened up here. You can see there. Now coming around here, you can see this is going to be the rib cage. So you want to take this section and rotate it up like that. Get that out of the way. Bring down the legs and rotate the legs around so you have the shiny purple facing you. And rotate like that. And straighten out the legs. And you want to take this piece here. Becomes the heel on both of the feet. And then you want to grab onto this gray piece of plastic on each leg, pull down, it reveals the foot. You want to be sure you flip up these pieces here, these silver metallic, or not silver, but purple metallic pieces here, and they become like the knee armor. So there you go, you got the legs and the feet taken care of. As for the arms, the arms actually you want to make sure you have they're like this, and then you want to basically rotate them like that. Oops, okay, so you couldn't see that. So what I did is they were like this, so you push them in like that, push them in like that. Of course you want to get the arms out to the side here. Basically, again, you're going like this to there. You see you have peg holes and pegs, so you're going to peg in the rib cage into basically the shoulders of the arms here. And you got to get them lined up properly. But eventually they will peg into there like so. And then just bring the arms down and around like that. Bring out the hand, arms down. Now you do have an option to bring out the hand here. I kind of like to have it out, but if you want just a cannon or weapon arm, you can have it or leave it like that. But I'll bring out the hand for now. And then on the back here, you want to bring this up. And you actually want to rotate this around like that. And you can see there is a slot right there and a tab. That's going to tab right into there. And then this section rotates down like that. And you rotate around the head. I would recommend you attach the hose to this assembly right here. You can see there's the hole. This is the hole that it was attached to in vehicle mode. And these pieces here, they actually will peg into slots on this central purple piece here. So you've got these two tabs right there. They will tab into slots that are on this purple piece of plastic. It's a bit tricky, but if you get it right, it actually should tab into place. And these, you can see they actually kind of rotate like that. You want to rotate them in towards this purple piece of plastic. And it's a little bit tricky. There, I got that side in. This side never seems to actually peg in all the way for me. There we go, maybe. So you gotta have the hose coming out of the center of this whole assembly back here. So luckily I got it pretty good in place, pretty good for the review. And there's a series of tabs up here that actually tab into this gray plastic here. And here is Shockwave in his robot mode, looking absolutely fantastic. The purple and the other paint applications are simply brilliant. Very, very nice. I love the skeletal rib cage design here, and they've done a really good job with this robot mode. And I have to say though that I'm going to be keeping my Shockwave in robot mode. I don't care too much for the vehicle mode. It's alright, but not as great as the robot mode. And of course here you have the hose that attaches to the cannon, and that's of course a very nice Generation 1 homage to the original Generation 1 Shockwave toy and character. So really nice. Now, as far as articulation goes, well, his head does rotate, and let's take a close look at his head because he has really, really nice light piping. And the way that they did it is it's on the back of the head, so really easy to get the light piping effect as you can see there. So rotation at the head, and you've got rotation at the shoulders. You can go like this, swivel at the bicep, bend at the elbow. You've got the hand / wrist articulates like that. And then there is no waist articulation, but you do have forward motion of the leg like that, back, and to the side. And the joint is a ratchet type of joint, as you can see there. You got swivel at the thigh, bend at the knee, and you could argue you got a little bit of toe articulation, like so. So really nice figure, but you will notice that if you have the hose plugged in the back here, you really can't move the arm very much forward to, for example, get it into a firing position. So what you can do is you can take it out, just remove it, and plug it into this port right there, and you'll get a little more free range of movement for the arm. So you can kind of get it up like this, just about, yeah, a little bit better firing position, I would say, like that. And I didn't mention this before, but you can remove the weapon entirely. You can see it just pegs into that hole there. But since it's so iconic to this figure and to this character, you've got to leave it in there. It's just really nice. But you could, if you wanted to, you know, plug it into another Dark of the Moon mech tech port on another figure. Now there is one problem I have with the figure. It's the way the figure was designed, and it's not really noticeable from the front if you look at it straight on, but if you look at the figure from the side, he is a bit skinny. I mean, he does have this backpack to kind of help out that situation, but he is rather skinny, if you can see that there. So that's one thing I don't really care for in this figure, but it's a small thing, and you know, hopefully they will be releasing a leader class figure of this particular character, and maybe they'll bulk it up a little more so it's not so skinny from the side. But other than that, there's not a whole lot I can complain about the toy. Like I said before, I like the robot mode much better than I do the vehicle mode. So can I recommend you pick up this toy? Absolutely. This is a fantastic figure. With the exceptions of those couple things I mentioned before, this is a fantastic figure. It's one of those Voyager figures I think you have to have in your collection, especially if you're a fan of the movie line or if you're a fan of Shockwave. And I just, like I said before, I love the hose here. That's a nice homage to the original Generation 1 character and toy. So really nice figure. Alright, well thanks for watching. This has been my review of Dark of the Moon, Voyager-class Shockwave.